This video is for Taurus Sun, though it may also resonate with Taurus Moon and Taurus Rising. Please make sure to check out your Sun, your Moon, and your Rising Sun video, as you may be operating more fully from one aspect of your personality over another at any given time. Also keep in mind, though I say this is you, I am aware this can be your partner or somebody else around you. So just keep an eye out to see if these themes come up in your environment. This can be stuff that's hidden. This can be stuff that's out in plain sight. Just keep it as a roadmap, okay? All right, so let's see, what do we have for Taurus? Like I said, most specifically Sun, but it may work with the Taurus Moon and Rising too. Taurus. And by the way, guys, I'm not feeling very well, so I apologize for how I look. Kind of low energy too, but I wanted to get a couple of readings out. There may be something going on around sexuality, either your sexuality or someone else's. If it's not that, this has to do with your philosophies, your belief systems, okay? So I equate Sagittarius. Let me just go over all the things. Sagittarius for me is the philosopher, the traveler, right? This Sagittarius energy can also be like the Knight of Wands, who's in and out of a person's life just for one thing, all right? Any of those things could be relevant for you. Also equate it with the ninth house: legal, law, the occult, higher education, higher mind, okay? Did I already say foreign people, foreign places, foreign lands? Because if I didn't, yeah. Publishing, legal, law, the occult. I probably repeated some stuff a lot, but any of those subject matters could be coming up for you right now, okay? I'm getting the word tempted, all right, for whatever reason. Taurus. What's going on for my Taurus people, please? Okay, some of you could be having sex with somebody and hiding it, all right? If that's not the case, this could be something about a philosophy that you have that you're hiding, all right? Or even travel plans that you're not telling anybody about could be a thing. For some of you, it could be sexual addictions, somebody you're dealing with who has a sexual addiction. We'll just keep going and see where this goes first before I decide, but Taurus. Because there are so many Tauruses, the answer to what is relevant and what's not will be different for each and every Taurus, all right? So take what resonates and throw away what does not. Taurus. One more card for Taurus on this deck. Something about sexuality or belief systems that's like beneath the surface, that's hidden from view for a lot of you. Taurus, one more. Some of you may have affiliations with angels right now as well. I got this Libra card. This is usually legal, but it can be, you know, for a lot of you, this could be a sexually hidden relationship, all right? For others of you, having sex with somebody behind the scenes for legal reasons, all right? Others of you, there could be issues with passports and visas. um, legal, law, the occult, any of that. Like, how would I put that? For some of you, may be red tape around these subject matters, okay? Legal, law, the occult, spirituality, travel, that kind of stuff. But for most of you, this looks like a sexual relationship that was hidden, all right? Maybe for legal reasons. Could have been somebody that you worked with and had a romance with, all right? All right, let's move on. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting, to be honest with you. I'm not getting a whole lot more. This is going to be a very, very short reading. The only other card that I'm doing is the shadow side. So I'm asking, what is the shadow side of the Taurus people at this point in time? As you know, our shadows can change. As we deal with one, another one shows up, right? Somebody triggers us or something like that. All right, Taurus, what is the shadow side for Taurus right now? We have hiding your true self. Why do I get the feeling for some of you, there's somebody that you want to be with? For some of you, somebody that you want to be with, but for balance, all right, you are hiding that fact. So say, for instance, you're married, but your marriage is not really good, but the person provides for you, right? Brings that sustainability and that balance to you, but there's somebody else that you are involved with behind the scenes, or your person is, all right? Doesn't have to be you and your partner. It can even be somebody around you that's going through this, okay? Either way, yeah, it's a romance of some sort, all right? Some of you could have even had a child. That's going to be for a very select few. All right. There's the card, and it says, Moon phase third quarter, acceptance. All right. So there's something about you that you've been hiding about yourself here. And maybe you're trying to, or are coming to terms, for instance, with your sexuality, or with this hidden relationship. This also can talk about somebody who really avoids confrontation, all right? Somebody who has a philosophy that they hide in order to keep the peace, all right? If we were to get very, very mundane with this reading. But either way, all right, everybody, like I said, is going to be different. If that, some of you, this is children, creativity, or romance, all right, for a lot of you. But you are in the stage of acceptance, and it says, hiding is keeping things inside. Lack of trust becomes a lack of hope. So there must be a limit. There's only so much that you can hide, is the way that comes out, all right? The visual seed here is in In the dazzling light, there is a hint of a door, like the door to a Haman. Outside, draped in scarlet tunics, stand two women, one under the sign of the sun and one beneath the sign of the moon. This talks about duplicity, duality, um, mirroring one another. Okay, these kind of things come to mind whenever I'm reading that. The sentence here is, you could be in front of the mirror or you could hide behind the mirror, yet you choose to be the mirror. So you're being what you feel like people want you to be. Okay, and that can lead to depression, guys. And I'm also starting to realize from a lot of the readings I've done, it also harbors resentment, because when you feel like you can't be your true self, you become jealous of those who appear to be able to do so. Okay, hiding is a survival instinct. Do you want to be honest and truly be yourself? Very few people will accept you then. You are too complicated to be comfortable, too contradictory to be easy, too exceptional to be believed, too plain to be considered. You can be the sun, you can be the moon, you can be the door, you can be the road, you can be the butterfly and the brick. Maybe the question is not if, but when. Sometimes real solitude is when there is not a right moment to be yourself, and not the right person, and neither the right way. Being yourself is like a moment at the spa. It is a massage for the soul, a purification process that brings in oxygen and turns away age and wear. It is bliss and pleasure. So, for those of you that there's like a hidden relationship, I feel like it's because you feel like you can be more authentic with this other person. For some of you, okay? One of the people you feel like you can be more authentic with. Let's put it that way. For others of you, there's something wrong with your relationship, and everybody probably even knows it, okay, just to be quite honest with you. But there is this innate need to keep up the image of what society expects you to do, which is to be faithful, okay? Or to behave a certain kind of way based on your station in life. And maybe that station in life or that persona is not really you, and you need time away to really dig into who you really are, not the version that you put out because that's what everybody wants to see. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. I feel like some of you are embellishing yourself. What do I mean by that? For those of you that there's no sexual thing involved here, you could be embellishing yourself, trying to make yourself look more interesting or more happy or more whatever it is, more like you've got more money than you do, or whatever this is. It feels like a false front of okay, it's a responsibility, some of you, that you feel to hide yourself, to protect other people's feelings, is the way that I'm getting it. Now, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll accept it. But it's like you're trying to not hurt other people's feelings, but in the process, you're diminishing your own light, okay? Whether this is a romance, whether this is just about a philosophy, whether this is just about your spirituality, whatever this is about, this publishing, whatever it's about, I feel the very important thing that I want to say is that you have to stop worrying about saving everybody's feelings. Because it's like a compressed version of you that's being shown, or how do I say that? It feels very stressful. It feels very oppressive, all right? To feel like you have to be this certain person, whatever this type of person is. Yeah, there's something, okay, like for instance, if you had an affair, you may be worried that everybody's going to hate you for it or whatever, too, you know, or the person you're dealing with is feeling that way. But the situation is complicated and it's not meant for everybody to understand. But then, like it said in the book too, it's like, do you keep putting on this false front where you keep bringing in people who are false friends, false supporters, because they're supporting the false version of you, the persona version of you, right? If you're not finding the right connections in love, family, friends, it's likely for that reason, because you're putting forth a persona that's not really you, and you're attracting people that are like that persona or that just like that persona, but that's not you. Okay? What else do I want to say? You have to be okay with not being accepted, because it's almost like you're trapped inside of something that isn't you. Some of you, this could be like a same-sex relationship, since there were two women. Okay? It's okay if you're not straight. The world's not going to end. I promise you. Even if some people have a problem with it, that's going to be just for a select few again. But I feel like there's two sides to you. And you need to be able to express both sides, the dark and the light. And dark is not evil, y'all. Dark is the things that we kind of hide or repress or don't feel like we should talk about. All right? It's not necessarily bad. But there can be a level of reality, because reality is like that. There is dark and there is light. You can be both without giving yourself over to one or the other and becoming fake. And I don't mean that like I'm calling you names. It's not intentional. But I'm talking about fake with yourself. Because you're being fake with yourself in this way, you're bringing in people that are not a true vibration match for you, for a lot of you. Okay. Some of you don't trust that people will have compassion for you or love for you. And it's like you have to come to a point at some point in time where it's like, I still have to be me, because at this point, like even any relationships that come in, they're unsatisfying. All right? Because they're not a true match. It takes too much work. Okay? All right, guys. Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all again very soon. Bye, guys.